I was trying to do all the other things just to prove a point that I can do them. And I think that's a trap for a lot of, high achievers, brilliant people, top producers, high performers, whatever, the elite, whatever you want to, call yourself. Welcome back, Dr. Vernita Glenn White here, go by Dr. V, and I am so excited. We're in the home stretch of this series, and we're talking about getting serious about your strengths, your personal, having a personal analysis or analyzing who you are at your core. As it relates to goals, we hear people talk about, look at your strengths and your weaknesses and focus on your weaknesses. Then so you can build that part of yourself up. But I think in terms of self-expansion, I believe you want to focus on the things that you're really strong at and make those stronger. And again, that's just my opinion. You can do what you feel as it relates to your vision and your mission for yourself. But the reason why, I used to focus on I don't want to have any weak parts. Let me learn all the things so I don't show up weak. But in doing that, I wasn't strengthening my skill set, my highest, value proposition, my highest level of service, the thing that only I can do, right? With my unique style and flair. I was trying to do all the other things just to prove a point that I can do them. And I think that's a trap for a lot of, high achievers, brilliant people, top producers, high performers, whatever, the elite, whatever you want to, call yourself, because it's don't show them any weaknesses. I can figure this out. But in doing that, we're not allowing what we were really created to do. We're not allowing that to shine. And that's probably why you haven't reached a lot of your goals. If you look at a list, and we've all done it, I can look at my vision board that I had, over here in this corner since 2020, and I can see some goals that I have not accomplished. That's why I have not made a new vision board. I can see where, I didn't get that one because I was trying to prove myself over here. And to me, that's really what it is. Focusing on your weaknesses is either you're a control freak or you're trying to prove something to somebody else when people really don't care. And so when you're doing this self-analysis or this personal analysis, and it kind of is closely related, I think, to self-improvement. When you know the direction you want to go in, because remember, we have a vision and mission for our life. We have a life plan, and we've broken that down to maybe 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, whatever the case may be. Then you put some things in place. You're benchmarking where you are. You're looking at who you're becoming along the way. You're asking yourself those deep questions. Now you get to take a moment and pause. And then self-reflect and look at, okay, we put this work in, we've done this for this amount of time. Now let's look at it and analyze the situation, right? If you're in business or if you're in a career, you do that more than you think, right? So why don't we do that for ourselves? It's okay, if I want to do my finances, I put in this work. And you do this before you reach the goal. And I think that's where a big mistake comes in. We don't really look at the progress that we're making, and then we think reaching the goal is the end result. But that's not always the case. It's similar to the 12-week year. You're looking at, can I hit the mark 85% or higher of the time along the journey, right? So it's okay, I had a goal, I don't know, of saving $100,000 over an X amount of time, but I put the things in place. Okay, I know to self-improve. I looked at my personality type. I looked at all the things. I've been doing this work strong for 30 days, 45 days, 90 days. Now let me take a day, pause, reflect, and look back, and then analyze where, the gaps. I was strong in this area. I was strong to say no to my friends going out. Awesome. But let's say, I was weak for the coffee. Well, then this is up to you now. Maybe it's do I keep saying no to my friends? Because if you're a very social person and that's where you're getting the bang for your buck, cool. Or if you say, you know what, I'm straight on that, now I can focus on it. If it's far, I hope you're following me. If it's far enough along and it's okay, I'm really solid on that. Matter of fact, I don't talk to any of my friends right now for this amount of time because they know, then you're strong on that. And now you can focus on maybe not going out for the coffee. But if you're okay, I still need to work on not really going out with my friends. I probably slipped up maybe 3 times over, these 45 days. But then you turn around and say, well, I'm just going to cut out coffee. Well, coffee could be $2 or $3, or $6 or $7. But going out with your friends, maybe you spending like $80 to $100 every time you go out. But you're like, oh, it was just 2 or 3 times, but let me focus on this coffee part. And I know that's an interesting example, but that's what I mean about analyzing yourself, but then focusing on your strengths. I really hope that makes sense. You focus on what you're stronger at, or the thing that's going to have the biggest bang for your buck. I will also include that, and you can disagree, you can put the comments down below. But what's going to get you to your goals sooner, quicker, faster, that you can control, right? So sometimes I think focusing on the weak side, it could be a little bit of a cop-out sometimes because we don't want to do the hard. Another situation to look at is if you're growing a business or you're doing a side project, and let's say you need to do some marketing or write some emails, but you're not really good at that, then get some help, because your thing is like you show up as the personality on camera, you can do all the things, but maybe you're not strong at writing emails and sending them out. Instead of you learning how to go through copywriting, and it's really not that challenging, but I do understand the holdup in that area. Instead of you focusing all your time taking courses on copywriting, find someone who can help you or do it for you if you can afford that, so you can focus on your strength and really honing in your message or your personality being on camera. And so you're just analyzing what has been working for you and then what you can get stronger at, because you can find other people to compensate for your weaknesses. I hope that makes sense. So as it relates to goal setting, look at what you're strong at, look at what you can do. And if you haven't reached a certain goal, go back and look at the weaknesses that you've probably tried to overcompensate for and get some support in that area. All right. So let me know what's coming up for you. I would love to hear your thoughts in that area. Let me know if you have any questions for me to clarify, to explain, because I'm really working on keeping these short so that when I do my longer sections, then you have a starting point. I can always reference you back to a quicker video. So let me know your thoughts as it relates to self-analysis. Are you really looking back over yourself? Are you really getting serious about your strengths and what you're really, really good at? Not just okay with, not that you can do, but what do you do well, your zone of genius. And I'm going to end with this. A lot of us operate at our zone of excellence. That means we're good, but we're not, we're great, but we're not phenomenal. And that's where the analysis can show, like, where can I be phenomenal if I'm looking at this, that I can actually reach my goal and then get support in the other areas. Trust me, all the greats out there, and you get to say whoever's great in your opinion, they focus on what they can dominate, and then they get support or hire people in other areas. All right. Again, let me know what comes up for you. Make sure we stay connected, like, comment, and subscribe. And remember to be well, be empowered, be bold, and be brilliant. Until next time, bye.